I pay, you pay, why doesn't B of A? I pay, you pay, why doesn't B of A? I pay, you pay, why doesn't B of A? I pay, you pay, why doesn't B of A? I pay, you pay, why doesn't B of A? I pay, you pay, why doesn't B of A?
Well, my sign says that America is not broke, and you know that America is not broke. It's just that people aren't paying their fair share. This bank here, I pay more taxes than this bank that has $2 trillion worth of assets. I pay more taxes. GE up the road pays no taxes. I pay more taxes than they do. They are also a war contractor. In the discretionary budget of the United States, more than half goes to war, goes to the military.
Yes, sir.
Our military expenditures in this country are about as high as all the rest of the countries in the world put together. We have military bases in 130 countries around this world. We have wars going on and occupations that the vast majority of this country do not want.
Yes, sir. Right.
We need to end the wars. I'm also a state worker. The state tax rate in this country, in this state, used to be for the top, used to be 16%. It is now down below 7%. About the rich pay about what the poor pay.
Shame on them.
There's a tax on transfers of stock and buying stock. I pay 8% when I buy a shirt in this country, in this county. But when people buy $100 million worth of stock, they pay about 0.25%, but it all gets rebated. They pay nothing.
Not fair.
That's billions of dollars that is taken out of our budget. We don't have a budget crisis. We don't have to lay off state workers. We don't have to cut pay and freeze pay. What we need to do is end the wars and have a fair tax structure. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Wait.
So I just want to echo some of what Susan said, that this isn't a budget fight, this is a revenue fight. We hear the Tea Party rally about the deficit, yet we have these cuts that drive up the deficit, both on the federal level and on the state level. This is honestly the worst attack on our social safety net in my lifetime. We're losing protections for seniors and low income are being threatened. Necessary services for a healthy America are being threatened. This is a full-on attack on all but the wealthiest of Americans. And we're seeing this trickle down, not like Reagan's trickle down, but the atrocities of this budget trickle down to the state level. Budgets are priorities, and we're seeing Cuomo and the federal Republicans prioritizing the wealthy over us, the taxpayers. We're seeing the wealthiest, the millionaires and billionaires of our state being prioritized over our state students, to the tune of $1.3 billion cut from this year's education budget, when we could so easily have extended the millionaire's tax. We fought a revolution over the idea of no taxation without representation. And here we are on tax day, paying our taxes and not being represented in government. They are not representing, our supposed representatives are not representing us, the taxpayers, us, their constituents. They're representing the wealthy elite and corporations. To have true representation, money must be taken out of this equation. No longer can our state senate or our federal government be a millionaire's club. We need voter-owned elections, public financing of elections.
Yes.
That will allow us, the brothers and sisters that you see out there right now, to run for office and to really have the voice of the people represented in there. So we need this to counter Citizens United, both at the federal level and at the state level, so that we can have representation in Albany, in New York State, and on the federal level. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Okay, is Karen here?
Now, as crazy as it is to hear that multi-billion-dollar corporations like Bank of America, GE, ExxonMobil don't pay taxes, what's even crazier is the Republican budget. Corporations 50 years ago paid about half of the taxes, income taxes in America. Now they pay diddly. This is not right. When corporations, when millionaires pay less, guess who pays more? Working people, average people like the hundreds of people here today. So this is real crazy, and we need people to stand up.
You pay, why doesn't they pay? I pay, you pay, why doesn't they pay? I pay, you pay, why doesn't B of A? I pay, you pay, why doesn't B of A?